Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And first of all, let me thank the Italy's Chamber of Deputies for inviting Public Services International at this session. As General Secretary of PSI, the Global Union Federation representing 20 million public services workers in 160 countries around the world, I'm very honored to be here and address you on this issue of the negotiation of international treaties. And I feel the responsibility to represent not only the point of view of the trade union movements and workers in the European Union and around the world, but also of the point of view of civil society organizations which are working with us on a strong alliance to raise awareness around these treaties, as President Schulz has just recalled. We believe that access to public services like healthcare, education, water, respect of the environment are an indispensable element of any fair and democratic society and a fundamental pillar of social cohesion. They have been, for a long time, a pillar also of the very famous and appreciated European social model. Our organization and our affiliates are very much interested in international trade agreements, in this new generation of trade agreements particularly, namely the TTIP and CETA that has been presented in the previous communication, but we would like also to raise awareness around TISA. It's true, as President Schulz and President Van Miltenburg has just said, that around TTIP in Europe there's a strong mobilization. Public opinion is very much active, as it is around CETA. And I'm proud to say that my organization has been the first to raise awareness around these treaties, these negotiations. But there's an unbelievable silence around TISA, and we need to open, to disclose the discussion around TISA as well. We do believe that these are the pillar of democracy, and you are the custody of democracy, both at national level and at European level. You are those who represent us as European people, European citizens, and you are mandated by us to represent what we need, what your society needs, what the European Union needs. I've been very happy to listen to the press conference of Madame Reding in January, when she made it clear that TISA will be an open process and that the European Union European Parliament will never mandate to negotiate on services like healthcare, like education and water in free trade agreements. I'm sure she was not lying, but then we had whistleblowers giving us leaks on the paper of the negotiation, and then we realized that it's true. There's no negotiation ongoing on healthcare services, but there are negotiations on trade in patients with this idea of bringing patients from one country to another, mainly countries where the working force is less costly, is cheaper, to get the health care they need. Is this the kind of European social model that we want to propose for the future? I don't think so. I don't think this will be the path that we need to pursue. On TTIP, there's been just 2 days ago a demonstration around the world, all over Europe and all over the United States, that brought together thousands of people to protest and claiming for transparency. We are not against trade. We are in favor of trades that create good job, decent job with decent wages, in the respect of international labor standards, in the respect of the environment that is our world, our common home. But what is ongoing in TISA negotiation is no longer about trade and customs. As it has already been said, it's about something else. Transparency is a matter that has been raised to us. We had in September a meeting with the Congress representative in the United States. They told us that the members of the Congress have no access to the text of the negotiation on TISA. And this is why we think that we cannot have a blank mandate on TISA. We need to know as citizens, and you as European members of the parliaments, representative of the European citizens, need to open consultation to civil society and to social partners to better understand what we want. I don't want to raise here, because I'm sure you're very much aware about the consequences of the ISDS. What we fear, what we are very much concerned, is that will be a strong loss of nation sovereignty to private cards, as it will be a loss of sovereignty of parliaments in their legitimacy to regulate on public services. I would take the opportunity to ask you to think about the role and the mandate that you have, and open a confrontation, open a discussion, a consultation with civil society, both at the national and at the European level. It will be very dangerous to assign to public, to the parliaments, the role, simply the role to ratify or reject. Be aware of what is ongoing and share with us our aspiration and our expectation. Let me just take 1 minute, given that you gave me the floor, to recall you that it's not only about these new trade agreements, the concern that we want to express. There's many bilateral agreements that Europe is signing with or is negotiating with Mercosur, with CELAC, with in the Europe economic partnership agreements with African countries. Make sure, please, that international labor standards and environmental standards are applied there. And make sure, please, that when the European Union signs a treaty, a bilateral treaty with countries, regulation that aim to contain the flows of migrants, as it happened with the Libyan agreement some years ago, and as it can risk to happen with the Eritrea agreement now, will no longer be in the treaty. We need transparency on that, and we owe this to the thousands of people who died in the Mediterranean every day, we must say, unfortunately.
Thank you very much. Well, I feel reassured by the fact that several criticism has been raised in this debate. I feel reassured by the words of President Schulz and many of you about the fact that civil society must be involved and the process must be open. As I think that it's time to unveil the true responsibility or the shared responsibility between national parliaments, European Parliament, national government and European Commission. There's a strong confusion that is often alimented by political parties not to respond to the responsibility that they really have. So with this debate, I feel confident that we can open a new phase that is not only releasing the text of the treaties that are under negotiation, but an open process at national and at the European level where civil society, organization and trade unions and workers will be heard. I think that, as the President of the Greek Parliament has said, that this is no longer a matter of trade and customs. This is a matter of democracy. And shifting power from government and parliaments to companies will not be the solution for building a better world for the European citizens and for the citizens and workers of all the world. Thank you very much.